Shalom, homies. So hopefully you have watched the video 1 of this series for the Scriptures with Susanna's 12-week fitness challenge, and you are familiar with everything that you should be doing and not be doing during the 12 weeks. I just want to start off by telling you a little bit about myself. My name is Queen. I am 45 years young. I am 5 feet tall, and my goal is to lose 2 pounds per week for the entire 12 weeks of the challenge. So that's a total of 24 pounds that I'm expected to lose by the end of the challenge. Remember, the challenge is going from March 15th through June 7th. I will be going through June 20th. So I'm going from March 15th through June 20th, 2026. My day 1, week 1 scale weight was 191.8 pounds, and my week 2, day 1, which was yesterday, was 189.6 pounds. So I have lost 2.2 pounds, and I'm very excited about that. I will pretty much be following her guidelines because they align pretty much with what I have already been doing and what goals and rules and parameters I had already set around myself. I will be intermittent fasting, but I won't be doing a 16-8 as she recommends. I'll be doing an 18-6. So that means I'll be fasting for 18 hours per day, and I'll have a 6-hour eating window opposed to an 8-hour eating window. I will be getting high protein. She recommends 100 grams at least. I will be doing 120 grams at least, all the way up to 150 grams. She recommends that you get at least 5 hours of sleep. I will be getting upwards of 8 to 9 hours of sleep every single night. I've been working on my sleep since January 5th of this year, and I pretty much sleep 7 to 9 hours every single night. And I will be going to bed within 3 to 4 hours of my last meal. Getting 64 ounces of water is still kind of trivial, kind of an issue for me. I set my goal at 48 ounces just because I know for a fact I can get that done. If I get any more than that, that's great, but typically it's pretty difficult for me to get that amount of water in. I don't drink other drinks besides Celsius, but I don't even drink them every day. I have them on the Sabbath or on New Moon Day. I drink water. That is my primary source of hydration. I just don't drink so much water because I do eat a lot of food that contains water, such as fruit, raw vegetables, plants, things like that, herbs, and I do drink teas. But they say not to count tea as water intake for the day. I don't know why, but yeah. So I set my parameter at 48 ounces, and I typically hit my goal each day in my Chronometer app as far as water and hydration is concerned. So I don't too much worry about that. I will not be strength training for the first month to 6 weeks of this program because I'm really doing this challenge not necessarily for fat or weight loss, but for healing. I would really love to de-inflame my body and get my hormones regulated. That is what I will be working on. Now, fat loss and weight loss will happen naturally when you align your hormones and get rid of the inflammation that's in your body. So I will be losing weight. That's why I only set my goal for 2 pounds per week because I'm not really focused or hyper focused on weight loss. I know that it's going to come off. And I don't want to add to my current poor circulation issues that I currently have. So weightlifting would be a problem for me. I noticed that when I weightlift, my soreness is just difficult to handle, and I know it's because of the circulation, because when you're building muscle you need your circulation to be on point. Like your blood flow has to be on point. And at this time, mine just isn't. My legs and feet and hands fall asleep like that just when I sit down. So that is what I am hyper focused on, de-inflaming my temple. So yeah, during this time, I will be consuming lots of raw foods. I need to get my minerals in. I'm trying to really dial into my nutrition and make sure that I'm getting that raw food going into my system. I will be also consuming some healthy cooked meals, and I also will be doing a 24-hour fast every single week. It was supposed to be a water fast, but the first week I did it, in week 1, it was a dry fast. Well, actually, prior to week 1 was the first week I did it. It was a dry fast. It wasn't on purpose, but that's just kind of what happened. And then during week 1, last week, I ended up doing a dry fast as well. So I didn't have my first sip of water until like 20 minutes before I was breaking my fast at around 6:15 in the evening. And I think dry fasting is better, but I don't really know like the science behind it. But I felt a lot better not consuming anything. All I had for the whole day was spit. That was all I consumed that day. So yeah, I'll be doing a 24-hour fast every week, and my movement will be primarily centered around walking, jogging, and stretching. Now, I do play tennis every Sunday, weather permitting. Here in Ohio, it's snow outside right now. Last Sunday was 80 degrees, then it snowed, then it got back, not really warm, but it was doable outside. I was able to get some outdoor walking, and now, we're back to snowing again. So it's just about weather permitting. But throughout the spring and summer months, every Sunday I play tennis for 45 minutes, and I burn roughly about 400 to 450 calories doing that. So that's primarily what I'll be focused on for my movement. At some point, I will get back to weightlifting. I will be doing some body weight exercising here and there, incorporating some HIIT once or twice a week at some points, depending on how my body is feeling. I really am choosing to listen to my body these days just to make sure that I'm in alignment with it so that I am not putting too much on it that it can't handle, and then I burn out easily, and then I can't finish the challenge. So last week, my walking totals: Sunday was 13,755, Monday 10,709, Tuesday 14,077, Wednesday 8,127, Thursday 10,376, Friday 4,057, and Saturday 3,919. I do my walking counts for the week, so I get all of my stats for the week, add them up, divide them into 7 days, and that is how many steps I averaged throughout the week, and it came out to 65,019 steps, with an average each day of 9,300 steps. So I typically try to get between 8,000 and 12,000 steps in a day. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, especially on the Sabbath and things like that. But 9,300 steps per day is really, really good. 10,000 steps a day will get you in a deficit of 500 calories. So every 10,000 steps you walk, you put yourself in a 500 calorie deficit. And so at the end of the week, you can lose 1 pound just from walking. And so, yeah, that's what I'll be doing as far as my movement is concerned. I like to follow Dr. Furman, the G-Bombs. They're absolutely great. So each day you are getting what he calls the G-Bombs. The G stands for greens, the B stands for beans, the O stands for onions, the M stands for mushrooms, the other B stands for berries, and the S stands for seeds. So each day I try to make sure that I get a big salad where I can put beans in it, some type of cooked bean or lentil, raw onion, cooked mushrooms, And then I have my green smoothie or a fruit smoothie that I make sure I have berries every single day and flax seeds. I don't consume my first meal until 2:15 p.m. Up until that point, I'm just drinking water and my detox teas and herbal teas and things like that. And then that meal generally keeps me full for about 5 to 6 hours. And then I have my second meal around 6:15 to 7:15. And that's it for me. I'm done for the day. And then I have 3 to 4 hours before bed. And then I'm done. My food typically is around 16 to 1,800 calories. Well, I'll say about 1,400 to 1,800 calories. And then I get about 150 grams of protein every single day. My carbs are very low. My fat is minimal. And I love it. I absolutely love it. So last week was New Year's week, and I lost 2 pounds, but I could have lost more. But because it was New Year's, I indulged in some snacking more than usual. I had some ice cream and some cookies, a little bit of popcorn, things like that. And I had bread. So that is why my fat loss wasn't as dramatic as it should have been. But now we're out of the New Year's week. We're on to the real deal now. I like to see what will happen for me next week. But this is just a week 1 recap. I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what I'll be doing and how I'll be doing it. My walking generally consists of I walk at the end of every hour, 15 minutes. So at 9:45, 10:45, 11:45, and so on throughout the day, I get up and walk for 15 minutes. I also do walking videos, preferably Body for Days by Jerica, Get Fit with Rick, and Leslie Sansone. I try to get an outdoor walk in each day too, so that I can consume more oxygen, more fresh oxygen in my lungs. And I just love walking. I just love walking so much. And if you want a video explaining why walking is so wonderful, the benefits, and everything like that, I'll be more than happy to do a video for you. Leave it down in the comments. Let me know. Otherwise, if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments as well about anything else in the video, or just general questions about nutrition or meal prepping, meal planning, how to get how to prepare meals, how to things like that. I'll be more than happy to help you, and I'll expound on those questions and comments. But don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in week 2 midweek check-in. So until then, have a good day. Shalom. Thank you for watching.